All right, what's up, guys? Aid here, Casey, who just took down locals. First place finish.
Yeah, first place. Yeah,
Ooh.
I hate that guy. All right.
I hate me too.
Yeah. But anyway, today I played Fire King. I don't know why I'm holding this up. This is Artorias. This is Charlemagne.
Shout out him.
If you upvote this video a bunch, I'll make an Infernoble profile. I told Ted I'd do it, then I didn't do it.
Coward.
True. All right, so I played 41 cards. This is my first time playing Fire King with the new stuff, so yeah. Anyway, I liked it. So anyway, here's 3. I'm just going to do by engine here. 3 Kieran. I played 3 Alkanics. 1 of the Stinky Bricky Garunics. 1 Arvada. 1 of these big Garunics. 1 Ponix. Those are all the Fire King monsters that I played. So I think 3 Kieran's just really good now. I mean, I don't think there's really any debate. This lets you dodge hand traps on your starters, and it lets you like float and pop stuff. Like, you're always going to be using this, and like you can float into one of these. See you, dude.
Bye, guys.
You can always like float into this. All your combos you probably want to end with this either in your grave or in your hand, or sometimes both, so that you can like use this to effectively piece apart their board while they're playing. The Stinky Boy here is actually not too bad. He has an effect on board. It doesn't usually come up, but it can. If he dies by battle, you can float into one of these other guys. So like they're probably not going to do that, and the chance of that happening is low. But he also has the effect of if he's destroyed, he'll summon in the next standby phase and blow all the monsters. So that can happen.
I want to be one of the monsters.
True. So this can matter. Like if you have like this plus this in your opening hand, you can like use this to pop this, summon it, and then like during your standby phase, like your first standby phase of the game, this guy will come out and pop everything.
Ooh, that's nice.
So that came up once today. Unlikely it'll happen and like usually be interrupted, but they gotta interrupt it. It's a card out of their hand. So yep. And 1 Peepo Bird. I didn't play it. This is a little spoiler. I didn't play the Fucko Bird. I should have. I just didn't have it.
What?
The Fucho, the rank 1 bird.
Oh.
Yeah, it lets you live through like a bunch of stuff. You do it if you get like hand trapped or tempied or whatever. But you just like summon this, pop a fire, you add this, you make this level 1, and then since the fire was popped, you can summon this, search a guy, and then you make the Fucko Bird.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I would love to. If someone handed me one, I would have played it.
It's cheap, right?
Yeah. It's like cents. I don't know why I don't have one, but anyway. And then the other Fire King card is 1 of each of these. I don't think you need to play more than that. If this gets answered, it kind of sucks, but usually if you resolve
it, let's go.
I mean, if you ogre it, they can send the fire instead, so gotta be careful.
Oh, so you want to ogre this when it tries to get
Yeah,
that?
you want to cosmic this, yeah. And yeah, you can like do stuff to this on activation, then we'll get to this, but yeah, pretty much after you resolve this once or twice, you don't really need it anymore, so I think 1-on-1's fine. And the deck is stuffed with engines, so that's all the Fire King specific cards. So the next package of stuff is Snake Eye cards. Boo.
They'll never go away.
Everyone hates these guys. Understandable. So there's those. And then I guess honorary, we got Bonfire. So I think that 3 Bonfire is probably still really good because at very least it gets you to Poplar, then Poplar gets you to this, and this gets you to all of that.
Yeah.
And like leading an Ash is still good because like they have to interrupt with the Ash to like stop from dying. But after turn 1, drawing these kind of suck. I sided one out a bunch, and it might not need to be at 3. I don't know.
You sided out going first or going second?
Going second. Usually going first, I wanted to see it. Droll's a thing to deal with in this deck because like Droll's pretty good against it. No one drolled me tonight, but in theory, this makes you a lot weaker to droll, obviously.
So Droll is good against this deck, though?
Excuse me, I would say so because usually you're gonna be like using one of like this to search a card, or whenever you resolve the effect of Ponix, they control you there, or here they can resolve you, and then also the Azamina stuff makes you weaker to Droll because you have to search a few times to do that. So yeah, Droll's pretty good against it. It has ways to deal with it, but in just like in the raw, it's pretty good. So anyway, more Fire King, Sinful Spoils, good stuff. An Azamina package. So I played only 2 and 2. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So I saw Lucas Sacco's list. He's playing 1 and 1 of each of these, and I thought that was like bold. But I think he's onto something, and I actually did side out 1 on 1 of these pretty often. Especially when I'm going second and need to bring in hate. Or I'm going first and need to bring in like deberries or something like a silver bullet kind of thing. This is a spot where I found some room. You obviously want to see one of these, but like you don't need to see both of them. So I don't think you ever reduce the number of this in your deck because this is like God mode. If you do this, chain this, you're so far ahead. And then this can also recur your guys so don't get Bestialed, but I think that you could probably cut a number of these. I was happy with 2 and 2. I don't think it was bad, but I think there's some space there that can be made. Then I got my non-engine cards. I played 13 non-engine cards, so a little low. But with all this engine, I want to like play through stuff and use the engine to interact with their plays too. So
You don't have to completely stop them, just kind of hinder them.
right, yeah. This deck is really good at playing like through or into a half board and like kind of answering things kind of as they come up. The best advice I got from this, if I go first, the best advice I ever got was from Bengi via Dave. But those guys, they figured it out. If you just never use anything, they can't beat you. Like they'll dawdle for a while and try to find an out to your board, and you just like hold the Arvada, you hold your Ambler Whale, and just let them commit more things to try to answer your board, because usually they can't. You only have to stop like SP or something like that like hard permanently answers your stuff. Let them piece things apart. If you get another turn, you're probably winning. This deck's really good at coming back because of Garunix and Promethean Princess. Custom card. Anyway, so non-engine, I got 3 Ash. You play it. It's also a fire, which comes up sometimes. if you're really down bad, you can pop this with the island. So that can happen, but this is also to deal with this card. Ash is just really good right now.
That card makes me not want to be a brokey so bad.
I understand that. Yeah,
Guys,
these
watch
are
the
really
video,
good.
give me some ad revenue. I'll buy some full.
That's a good. Everyone click on an ad for Zaid. He needs it. No, these cards are really ungodly good. I think you just main them if you have them. They're that good. You can always side them out if you play against like Tenpai or something.
Or if you're going first.
Yeah, if you're going, I always side them out going first too. I'm not playing cross out, so I would always side them out. I think if you did play cross out, you'd probably keep the one in, but yeah. This deck, I will say, is really good at playing into Furos because you can make a board that ends on like 2 draws and like still end on almost all of your interruptions just fine. So you don't really even need to cross out this card if they drop it on you. You can
You save it and play through the next hand trap.
Right, yeah, I'd rather use it on the thing that's going to stop the play, personally. But 3 Impulse, this card's crazy. This is why I'm playing this deck. I was playing just pure, like, Snake Eye Azamina, well, not pure, but Snake Eye Azamina with Fiendsmith, and someone used this against me last weekend. I played a bunch of Case Hornets. This card just ended my run twice, 3 times.
What is this? What's the restriction?
You can't use Light, Earth, or Wind.
Oh, my goblins can't touch that
That's
card.
true, they
Thank
cannot.
God I played that deck, so I don't have to buy that.
There is a bit of a conflict here, but, like, realistically, if you see both, you just use this one first.
Yeah.
And same thing with like Fucho Bird. Same thing. It's wind. So, but I mean, usually you're just gonna make it pass. So, this card's insane. It's so good. And then the last card I played was Called By. I played Call By, so if they shifter me, or if they have like a Mulch Army I can't deal with, or they have to ash one of my cards, like if they ash my Fire King on it, hurts real bad. So this is just good. It's also just good in mirrors and stuff. Like you can hit their Promethean Princess, you can hit their Azamina card if they're greedy and put their Azamina card in the graveyard. You can hit the fusion when it's going back. So
Against this deck, do you think you shotgun shifter or do you wait?
I think you absolutely shotgun shifter.
Cool. I played against it earlier and I shotgunned it because I didn't want to get hit by like talents or something.
Yeah, Talents isn't super played right now, so it's a consideration, but I don't know. I think that because Talents isn't good right now, Talents is probably good right now. It's one of those things that people don't see coming. It's probably good, but I think just any way you do it, it's
as long as you do it.
Yeah, but I like this. People are citing this. I think you just made it, especially in this deck that really wants its graveyard. You can't afford to shift or resolve. You'll just die. So that's the main deck. It's 41. I was pretty happy with it. So let me scoop this stuff up real quick. Thank you.
I help. I'm so cool.
The magic of...
Okay, you got me helping on camera.
Thank you.
$7 that'll be.
$7. Wow, that's most of the way to mulch on me. So here's the extra deck. It's 15, obviously. So I played the 2 good Azamina cards. They were both crazy. A lot of times I would go through both. I prefer to play the line that doesn't lose as hard to Bestials, where you like make this one.
Which one is which? I didn't even know there were 2, to be honest.
That's okay. This is the Searcher. It searches for a simple spoil card, and this is the negate by
broken.
Distributing. They have other effects too, and they can come up if they get destroyed, so keep that in mind. This is the Searcher's Traps, so I'm not playing any simple spoil traps, but this Searcher's spells, so that can come up. But yeah, they're both really good. I mean, this pretty much guarantees you're going to get to your original, and you can make it first, and then like put it back, then make this. And in a grind game, you can just keep making this every turn. It's super strong. Considering your deck wants to grind anyway, this card's like custom made for this deck because like every turn you're gonna get an Omni and then a bunch of things that float. So it's really, if you can make the game last longer, there's a good chance you're gonna win it. Is a good way to look at this deck. So not that you want to like take time off the clock, but like the longer the turn count is, the higher chance you're winning. So this card's really good for that, obviously. I don't need to tell you. Negate good. So I played a bunch of Lake Monsters. I'm just going to put them all out here. There is some debate on what's actually good here. So I'll just put all the Lake Monsters out here. There's a bunch of them. Also this, spoiler. But so I think that a good number of these are kind of non-negotiables. The things that I think are negotiable are as follows. I think these, you could feasibly not play Dark, but it's so strong to hit their Diabell Star now. So like that feels like you should play it. I'm not playing Zombie Vampire. I just haven't really tested it very much. It's probably right to do it. I'm also not playing any other rank 8 either. Like I'm not playing the other guy. And honestly, I should probably make room for it. And the room is probably one of these two cards. But I really like Unicorn because it can deal with the mirror match pretty well. You spin their Amblowell and then they don't have a card that's popped, and it makes things a lot simpler. Also, you can just like use this and then keep going up and doing other stuff. So I like this card. It's probably not necessary though. You could probably cut it. And like I said, Dark is iffy, but if you're running Zombie Vampire, this is especially good.
Because you put it in grave, take the starter.
Yeah. Well, you can, no matter what you're summoning off the Zombie Vampire, one of these will likely be live from what you banish or hit off their deck. So pretty good. I really like these. I don't know that they're necessary either. You could play probably Access Code and Selene here. Selene seems good because I'm playing both the spellcasters, but I don't know. Having this being a win button is really good. Also, this card deals with some back row, which the deck isn't super good with dealing with. You have like side deck answers, but in the main deck, you really just like have to rely on these guys. And because I'm playing these cards, I wanted to play this for like FTK reasons. If I can find an opening for game, I should take it when I can. And pretty much the whole game is just making a scenario where these cards become the win button. That's kind of how I played it. But yeah, those are really good. And then I played this guy. I actually made this a few times today.
That's the Regeki, right?
Yeah, so you make it with, on their turn, whenever they summon, the continuous spell lets you summon it, and then blow up every other monster on the board.
So good.
And then if it dies, you get to recur a number of things up to the number of materials on it. So keep in mind, you can also use Ulcanix for this, because if you use the Ulcanix on their turn and search a Kieran, which is usually the right search, it can become a level 8, and then you have Garunix and Ulcanix, and you make this.
That's kind of sick.
It's pretty cool, yeah. A lot of times I would do this earlier than I think they were expecting, and then later in the turn, I would use a Promethean Princess and pop this, summon this back, and then summon 2 level 8s, or 2 more Fire King cards from grave. It's like suddenly my like 1 card turned into like a bunch, and it keeps going. But this deck is like super open-ended, and it's not about the end boards, it's more about like how you use your interruptions. But yeah, card good. All right.
Card good.
So that's 15. Here's my side deck. So I played Bystials on my side. I didn't super love them in the main, at least for this locals. There's a bunch of Tempai here, and there's not a bunch of people playing Fiendsmith or anything like that. There are some people on Azamina cards, but I think the play I was talking about, where you like put this back from the field, has become sort of the norm for the people playing this. So these are like slightly less good in that scenario. I wanted to side deck them, and I think it was right.
Why this one? I've always loved this card, but I tend to see people not play this one.
I get that. I mostly just wanted 3 different names. I mean, this one's like God card. This one's extremely good, and this one's clearly worse. But I don't want a hand where I draw both of these for one of them not to do anything. Yeah. So that's the main thing.
And if you draw these together, you're crazy.
Right, and then you're like super nice. So, and that can happen. Like you'll draw any 2 of these together, and it kind of does it because this can search the other one. But I don't know. I just like to spread it out, and I play 1 of each. I think you could play 2 Jerusalem if you really wanted. But yeah, I played 3 of the Water Mulch Army. This guy's good. It's good against the other decks where the other card isn't as good. And honestly, if you're going second, all of your engine is so good at breaking a board. The more cards you can draw, the better chance you can break it with just your engine. So that's why I'm not playing as many hand traps and that kind of stuff in the main, because you can just kind of kill them with your cards. And this kind of just does that too. So yeah, clearly very good. And then I played 3 Cosmic. I did play against Runic Stun today. Thank God I was playing this. I also don't hate it just generally in the format. I think there's a lot of good things this can do.
You put in like the mirror match and stuff if you need to.
Yeah, you hit the mirror match. I also really like this first and second versus Tenpai. Because you can
hit the field spell.
Yeah, you get the field spell when they activate it. You can also, if they have a back row, like if you're going second and you're nice.
When do you go second against Tenpai? Do you make them?
Yeah, if you make them go second, yeah. They'll set like a Sengen Kaima and you just bop it and like the draw phase. But yeah, good card. I've been citing this for a while, and it seems better now than it has been, so I'm still playing it. I'm also playing Harpies. I don't think you need this in like most places, but I just kind of know how the meta can be around here, and I wanted it. I'm also there's Skill Drain. So Skill Drain was for if I went first. I never
your
actually
deck's
brought
big
this in.
beater deck. So.
Yeah, it's like all big beaters and they all float. So like in theory, this is really good. I didn't actually bring this in at all today, but it's good. This card's really good. Skyburn. So this card targets your cards and not the cards it's popping. So resolution, it just like counts how many cards that you're popping like on your board and hits them. So this is really good. This came up a bunch of times. It also dodges things. I love this card. I could, for like all intents and purposes, main deck this card and feel good about it. So maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe we'll try that out in the future. And then last thing was just 3D barrier. This is for Tenpai mostly, but it's also good. I used it against Centurion today at end of the game, and a bunch of other decks, obviously. But yeah, this card's also great. I only own one copy of Triple Tactics Thrust right now, but Konami got me covered by reprinting it. Nice.
They knew.
Yeah, they knew. Thank God. So I'll probably try to play 3 Thrust in my side and make some space. I don't know what it'll be yet, but thrusting for this feels right. And then like, I think it's probably just right to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was the deck. Did you have any questions?
Not really, honestly. I don't know enough about this deck yet to really ask questions, but I feel like I got to lab it a little bit to learn.
Yeah. No, we got to do some games and figure it out. But I'm pretty new to the deck, and it's like weirdly intuitive. When you start playing it, you can start figuring out what it does as you're going. So if you have any doubts about the deck, just try to play it. It'll make a lot more sense. That's what I did. But yeah, I really liked it. It got me first today, so we're happy about that. But that's about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.